From one user earning a massive profit on a stock he didn't know he owned, to another user losing his money due to the orange man, but then finding a cheat code, we are going to go over WallStreetBets' jankiest June trades. Limitless Mentally is a user who somehow kept stacking gains, even as the economy tanked and everyone else bled red, but his journey didn't start off so glorious. 3 months ago, he dumped $17,500 into QQQ calls, expiring in 2 weeks. Unfortunately, Trump wasn't feeling generous. Around that time, Trump threatened Mexico and Canada with 25% tariffs, and the market didn't take it kindly. Limitless's calls tanked 37%, wiping out over $6,000 and giving him a brutal welcome to his trading journey. After this fatality, he took a 2-month break before returning back to the subreddit. This time, he says he found a cheat code. And what was this cheat code, you might ask? Well, dumping $36,000 into 400 Shake Shack shares and calling it a day. He says, "One way to get around tariffs is beef. Homegrown American Angus is tariff-free, and guess what we Americans love to do? Eat. Margins improving, and with a great CEO, I see Shake Shack only improving in all aspects. We'll be adding 200 more shares on the next dip, and honestly, can't hate." This position rose to $52,000 in no time. A week later, he dropped another update. He'd bought 200 more shares, doubling down on the burger thesis. However, the comment section was filled with skepticism, with comments like, "I don't get how Shake Shack has that price point. It's a shit value." Sounds like more of that wonderful fraud this market supports. Do you think that Limitless Mentally actually found a cheat code, or is it just another lucky streak dressed up as strategy? Let me know in the comments. Loki Pokey is a user who is fascinated by the idea of buying gold to stay protected from inflation. His first post on Reddit was 4 years ago on the Wall Street Silver subreddit. He invested $63,000 into Karora Resources and $39,000 into Vangold Mining Corporation, both of which gave a significant return, and his total unrealized profit turned out to $178,000. He also shared his physical collection of gold and silver, which he has been collecting since 2019. Over time, he got bored with the gold and silver stuff and decided to turn to the sports betting subreddit. He bet an entire $10 bill on a 10-leg same-game parlay. All 9 legs turned out to be correct, and he only needed Josh Allen to throw more than 204.5 passing yards for him to win $1,000. Unfortunately, though, Josh Allen was only able to get 203 yards, causing him to lose his bet. Ditching the idea of sports betting, he now came to the subreddit of WallStreetBets, sharing his best and most bizarre trade. 2 years ago, he had invested $2,700 into a Canadian gold mining stock called SGI, which crashed brutally by 80%. SGI was acquired by Catalyst Metals, an Australian company. Unluckily, his brokerage didn't support trading on the Australian Securities Exchange, so he wasn't able to sell it easily. Adding to this, his shares were worth so little at the time that he didn't want to deal with the hassle of selling them, so he just forgot about them. But now, 2 years later, those same worthless shares have rocketed to $22,000, netting him around $19,000. Users in the comments were astonished, commenting buy and forget strategy actually works, huh? Pow is a user who eats barbaric losses for breakfast only to flip the chart green on his next trade. His first post appeared just 3 months ago on the Tesla stock subreddit. He bought $1,000 worth of Tesla calls at a strike price of $252. 3 days later, he doubled down with another $1,100 in Tesla calls, this time at a $250 strike price. Now, all he could do was pray that his calls would print before expiration. Well, he woke up the next day to nothing but misery. Both of his Tesla calls were deep in the red, down more than 60%. He turned to the community for advice, and the consensus was simple: sell it all. He didn't lose hope though, and 1 month later, he dumped an additional $2,300 into Tesla calls, but this time, his calls rose by 308% on the very same day and turned into $9,300. He was done playing with Tesla, and next, he yoloed $5,000 on United Health Group puts, while casually posting about a $1,400 loss on LLI puts. Nothing to worry about though. The comments were filled with hopium, reassuring him that his United Health play was going to print. And guess what? They were right. That same day, he sold the puts for a jaw-dropping $120,000 profit, life-changing money. He could have taken a break, maybe touched grass, but nope, just 10 days later, he was back. This time dumping 10K on SPY puts. What followed was an absolute rollercoaster. Within a few hours, he went from being down $8,600 to closing the trade up 144%, profiting $14,000. Then came the chaos. 2 days later, $17,000 profit on SPY calls. 1 day after that, $7,000 loss on SPY calls, and the next, $3,600 profit on SPY puts. Unsurprisingly, he was again up by 100% on SPY calls, until the gain shrank to just 25% after Trump started talking about deportations. Mr. Deersbeat says, yes, screenshotting calls up 100%, and proceeding to blame someone else for not taking profit, truly regarded, you belong here. That's a wrap, folks. I hope you enjoyed WallStreetBets' Jankiest June trades. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please do.